Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. This is the first video that I am doing, I believe, in regards to a sitting down kind of talking to you guys video. But I wanted to write a blog post on something that's about the holidays, but I decided maybe I'll do a video instead just to see how it goes, because sometimes people would prefer to watch a video over reading a post. So this video is going to be all about how to stay on track over the holidays. Now, we know that the holidays can be a very stressful time for some people, especially if they're on a health journey, a fitness journey, something where these occasions can be a trigger for some people. And I'm here to let you guys know that it don't have to be that way. Also, I want to mention too, very sorry if you hear the dog. It is what it is. I am not the best at editing just yet, as well as having the setup for doing videos like this, but it will get better in videos to come. So let's get right back in to how to stay on track over the holidays. Okay, so tip number one when it comes to staying on track over the holidays is being prepared. So what do I mean by being prepared? I mean the same thing you would do to be prepared when you're on your everyday health and fitness journey. Have snacks readily available, healthy ones that you can grab. Still do your meal prep. If you are someone who does meal prep, which if you are on a health and fitness journey, more than likely you're going to be prepping of some sort in regards to meals. Probably not going to be winging it every time. So make sure to have your meal prep ready. Doesn't have to be in individual tubs. It can be just simply writing out for the week what you are going to consume in regards to your dinner, your breakfast, your lunch, and your snacks. As long as it doesn't have to be the full-blown meal prep, because we know there are going to be some days where we're probably not going to be consuming what we normally do. We're going to be going a little off track. But as long as you got the majority of the days where you do have healthy snacks and everything ready to go, you're more than likely going to stay on track. Now, with that said, your healthy snacks and everything like that, more so than not, when it comes to our food, we tend to more so reach towards things that are in sight. So when it comes to your treats, in regards to your indulgence, your items that you want to indulge in, try to have them out of sight, out of reach. You know you still have them and you're going to enjoy them, but they're not front for center on your counter or in your fridge on the first shelf. Instead, fill the first shelf of your fridge as soon as you open. That's what you look at, with vegetables, healthy snacks. Have on your counter a bowl of healthy fruit. Stuff that is eye level and can be easily eaten if you are in a pinch or you want something to eat as a snack. So that's tip number one. Make sure you are prepared. And which tip number one leads us in to tip number two to kind of intertwine. And that is, for tip number two, don't fully blow your routine that you have now. Most people strive in having a routine of some sort. So don't completely go off track or out of your routine. Still do things that are within your routine. Like I said, meal prepping your meals to an extent. Like I said, doesn't have to be like you normally do when it's not a holiday, but still do your meals. Wake up in the morning at the same time. Still get your water intake in as soon as you get up. Exercise. Whenever you exercise during the day, still do your exercise routine, your exercise plan. Now, there may be days where just you don't exercise. Well, this one is leading us into tip number 3, which is exercise, move your body. So over the holidays, we may not be exercising or going to the gym as much as we normally do when we are not in the holidays on our normal exercise routine. And that is okay. You can absolutely miss days, but I would suggest still, even at least on those off days, get a walk in, get your steps in. Even if that means walking around the house, doing a little extra cleaning around the house. If you're driving somewhere, parking further away, even though you're not doing your regular exercise routine, you still try to get in as much movement as possible. So this is going to help in a tremendous amount of ways, like so many ways. It's going to help physical health, mental health, our overindulgence in treats. It's going to help somewhat balance that out. Yeah, so that's 3 tips there. So going into tip number 4, it's going to be eat your veggies, drink your water. So just because it's the holidays, just because you're consuming potentially extra food and food you would not normally consume on a daily basis, which is fine. We want to do that. It's the holidays. We want to enjoy ourselves. But that don't mean we neglect all of our healthy foods. We still, each and every day, as much as we can, get in our veggies. Get in our fruit. Drink as much water as you can. Depending on your activity level, your body size and type, you will get anywhere from 1 to 3 liters per day. Or just try to remember to have about 1 cup of water every 30 minutes. So we still want to make sure we're doing that. Eat our vegetables if we can. If we're going to, let's just say, somewhere for a dinner. Before we go for a dinner, we know we are going to indulge. Have a big plate of veggies before. This is more so than not going to help us cut down on overeating. And one other thing I want to mention, which even if it's not the holidays, I hear of people doing this, and it is absolutely the wrong thing to do, is that they know one evening they're going to indulge, they're going to have a family gathering where it's going to be lots of food. So all of that day, they eat nothing. That is one of the worst things you can do, because you're going all day without food. When it comes time for you to go ahead and go to your gathering, eat your food, more so than not, you're going to eat way more than you ever intended to eat. So my recommendation there is that if you know there is going to be a day or 2 or 3 in particular where you are going to be overindulging on foods in the evening that you normally don't do on a regular basis, don't skip your other meals during the day. Still eat your other meals as you would normally, and go ahead that evening and enjoy yourself. And then have it done and over with. The next day, go on about your day as if you were back on your regular routine. So that leads us into tip number 5, which is don't stress. So many people, especially over the holidays, stress about like they gain weight and or they stress that they're not losing weight, when forget about losing weight. If anything, just think about maintaining and enjoying yourself. If you go ahead one night and you really overindulge, don't feel guilty over it. You had fun. It is what it is. Wake up the next day and go about your day as if it didn't even happen. Drink your water, still eat your meals, get your exercise in. That is going to be the best thing to do. Not feeling guilty about things that you do when it comes to these types of situations is going to be the best. So going into tip number 6. Tip number 6 and our last one is, it's not an all or nothing approach. If you go out some nights and you go completely off track and eat or drink way more than you had intended, that's okay. all you gotta do is pick yourself back up and move on. Like I was saying before, the worst thing you can do is feel guilty over it. Holidays like these, for most of us, only come one time a year, so why not enjoy it? Now, that don't mean you, just because, like I said, it's not an all or nothing approach. So just because you blow things out of proportion one night, that you're going to blow things out of proportion for the next week and start again in the new year, which some people tend to do, unfortunately. I fell in that trap before, so I know how it feels. I can relate. But if you have a night where you go completely off track, who cares? The next day, it's a new day. Get back up, pick yourself back up, and go again. So it's not an all or nothing approach. You don't need to think that, oh, well, I blew it out of proportion today, I'm going to continue to do it for the rest of the time. No, it doesn't work that way. One, two, or even three bad days, don't want to necessarily say bad days, but days where you completely went off track to what you may potentially had planned, is not going to blow things completely out of the water. What you do on a daily basis for consistency is way more important than what you do during a holiday season. So those are some of my tips for the holidays. The main thing is enjoy yourself. Don't even so much as think about, oh, I gotta lose weight or this or that. Think about just maintaining. And you know what? When the time comes for our holidays to be over, our fun to be over, we'll just get right back on it again. So those are my tips for the holidays. The main thing is that we should focus on having fun, enjoying. We don't need to be head deep into our structure, our consistency. If, like I said, a few days here and there, go ahead, enjoy. Don't worry. What matters the most is that our consistency on a daily basis is what matters the most. Not time over the holidays where we are doing things a little different than normal. That doesn't matter. What matters is what we do on a daily basis. So have fun over the holidays. Still stick to some of your routine. Still get your exercise in. Still eat your fruit and veggies, drink your water, and most importantly, have fun. Tip number 4, if you went over a little bit, who cares? If you went out and you did some